Okay, it's finally time. First project with the new Evo, new to me Evo, and that is to get rid of these little dinky linky battery, and we're gonna go with a full-size battery. So here's all the stuff that I bought. I ended up buying the Fab kit, which is a nice kit. It came with this bracket, the ground lug. I guess this guy goes like here, something like that. I like that I have the ground lug so you can more easily jump the car from right there. They also give you the Evo 10 parts. I bought this extension thing. I don't know if I'll need this. Group 35 battery. I bought this Stinger amp kit. Honestly, probably like super overkill, 0 gauge, but it was either this or a 4 gauge. And I talked to one of my audio buddies, and he said, you know, he basically recommended not to go with the 4 gauge and make it hot. And the smaller Taylor battery. I also got some wipers because these are all super old and crusty. Honestly, they even look original. So the plan is, let me try to grab this. Obviously you guys have seen there's a bunch of these online and stuff, so this is not going to be like crazy innovative. I've seen most people like put it here, they put it there, they put it there. I've seen a couple of guys that did like a custom mount that goes there. I think I'm going to put it here, even though it's not like super convenient to get to it. I basically have to take this bar off to get to the battery, to get to the inside of the battery. But honestly, like that part of the trunk is already kind of useless with that bar in the way. And since I'll probably be tracking this a little bit, I think that this is better for weight distribution, being in the middle, not so far back in a corner. And also this leaves me these two sides. Well, this side has the evap stuff, which I'm not gonna mess with right now, or ever. I may just leave it there. But I saw a guy online on Evo M that did the ACD pump relocation, and he did it over here, and it looked really clean. So I may do that in the future. I don't know. So I want to leave those possibilities open. Alright, so I got everything finished up here. It was honestly a lot more work than what I thought. I think at some point he had an exhaust leak, and this wiring harness here, well, not the harness, but the plastic sleeve was all melted off. So he had put this on, got like fire sleeve there, okay? But all this was like all messed up. So I also wanted to see how far I can extend the wire. So you guys saw that I took all these plastic sleeves off, and I was able to get the starter wire, okay, loose enough to where I didn't have to change it. I didn't have to cut it. I just had to change the head on it, okay, so it would fit on here. So here I have the starter wire, the fuse box wire, which that one I didn't have to modify at all. I just had to bend the tab, okay? And then this is the cable coming from the battery. So that one runs here, and I'll show you guys in a bit. So then I got this one, I did have to extend. This is, I believe, the ACD pump, okay? It's a white and red wire, white with a red stripe, okay? Now, actually no, sorry. This one comes from the alternator. It's from the alternator, okay? This one was definitely too short, okay? So I had to basically extend it. So I extended that. So this one going here to the 120 amp. That's the alternator, and then this other smaller white with red is the ACD pump that goes to the 80. And I got these 3 leftovers, and the cover will go there. Okay, so that looks nice and neat. I did end up taking the ground plug off because it just like too much stuff there. I don't know, you know. You can ground over there or whatever. And I ended up cleaning up all these looms. So I re-loomed all this. I re-loomed all the way back there. I did it as neat as possible. And then the power wire. So it comes through here. It comes down here. Okay, I haven't cut the zip ties, but you guys get the idea. I did put this little rubber, this hose here. Okay, so that it wasn't tight against there, but at least that way with vibration and stuff like that, it won't get eaten through. Okay, and then I ran it through here. All right, through here, and then you guys can see the plug right there. So I was able, this comes off kind of easy. So I was able to, with a knife, just kind of slit it. You can still see that the rubber piece is still there. So I just slid it like in an X pattern. All right, and I was able to get the wire through. All right, I got this backside done. I think it came out really good. Obviously the spare still fits and everything. Ground there. And I left a little bit of extra wire so that when you got to take the battery out, you got to take this box off. So I have a fuse on the back of the box. So you take this off. Obviously this has to come out, but to get to the battery, you really got to take this box off. So I left a little bit extra wire tucked back there. So it's nice and clean. So now I just gotta cut the carpet and the wood, and I think we're all set. All right, here we go. Officially the first drive. Well, really not technically. I drove it around the neighborhood and I went and got gas, make sure everything was good. But first time it's gonna go out and about. I'm gonna go run some errands. Sorry if the shot or the camera doesn't focus right. It's super sunny here. Very hot. I do have to have the air on. Once we get going, I'll lower it down a little bit, but let's see how she does. And now she's on pump gas. So immediately I feel the suspension is not very stiff, but you can feel that it's definitely, it's got coilovers, some kind of coilovers. Partial throttle feels great. Heel and toe in this car is super easy. And immediately, this brings me back. These cars feel so raw. You could just kind of feel everything. And this is just such a thin shell around you. The steering feel is excellent. Can't comment yet on handling. This thing has some crazy coilovers that I'm not that good with suspension stuff, so I really can't say how good or how bad the coilovers are, but they seem pretty gangster. I love how fast this pulls. Oh yeah, she pulls. That's amazing. I mean, it's not stupid fast, right? I mean, it's on pump gas, so I don't know, maybe what, 330, 40? But it feels so raw. You feel so much of the road through your hands. I think he has, can't remember, but I might have set this up with the no lift to shift. So I think that was a little cutout. Let me see. Yeah, definitely. Yep. It's got the no lift to shift, so if you touch the clutch, it cuts out. But yeah, the suspension feels like it definitely feels like a quality shock. I think it definitely needs work on the compression and the rebound. It feels a little bouncy after compression, so I'm assuming that's rebound. But yeah, man, for a tune of, I don't know, 10 plus years ago on pump gas, it's a little rich, but you know, it's 25 pounds or so in this heat. You know, she pulls pretty good, so she feels healthy. Alright, so now that I drove the car for a little bit, a few things that I noticed is it makes some noise when I turn the steering wheel, like at low speed, like you can hear it like in a parking lot. It sounds like something is binding or something. I don't know if it's maybe the brake lines. I saw that it has braided brake lines, but they're not coated, so it's got like that rough mesh. So maybe that's binding, either that or maybe, I don't know if it has a sway bar, like an aftermarket sway bar, maybe that's very tight. So I'll have to look into that. The brakes feel fine, even though the rotors are like black. But the brakes feel fine, so I'm glad about that. Definitely hear some whine from the rear end. Not like a bad whine, but it sounds like either I don't know if it has an aftermarket LSD or if he just restacked the stock plates. I'm going to guess that he probably restacked the stock plates, and there's definitely a different mount or a mustache bar or something like that, because you can hear the diff a lot more. Tranny feels great. This is one of the things that I hate the most about these is the transmission. You know, they go bad so easily, you know. But this one feels great. I know he had this one done by Shep. Not sure what he did, if it's stock ratios or he did ultimate ratios or what, so I'll have to ask him about that. What else? The suspension definitely is squeaky and noisy, but I guess that's to be expected, and it definitely needs an alignment, but you know, we knew that already. Other than that, the car feels great. It drives great, it sounds great. I mean, we got turbo noises. How great is that? I mean, you know, I'm going 30 miles an hour and this thing is a blast. You know, that's one of the things with the Corvettes. They're so fast, but they're so long geared that for you to wind it out, you're doing ridiculous speed. So like around town, I mean, it's definitely an event to drive one of those things around, but it's more like you're just always nervous, you know. You're always nervous about how wide the car is, and you know, you really can't step on it because it has so much torque, so it spins the wheels. So around town, you know, they're cool, but they're not fun, you know. This is fun at low speeds, and you know, I guess that's one of the goals. That's why I want to keep this high low power like this, you know. Oh, this thing sounds so good. Got turbo noise. Oh, there's that clutch switch. Oh, it sounds so great. I mean, having a turbo car is awesome, you know? I mean, nowadays, everything has a turbo, but they just don't sound like this, you know? That's stock blow valve, surprisingly. Sounds great. All right, back to home base. So I already started getting some of the stuff that I ordered for the car. So I want to show you guys that. So, and then kind of do a recap as to where I'm at so far. All right, so did the battery relocation. Haven't finished the. Still got to cut the wood in the carpet. So I got those tools somewhere else. So I still got to do that. Show you guys on the next video. Just the last look here as to how that ended up. It's nice and clean, nice and fresh. So that's all good. All right, so you guys are not supposed to see this, so pretend that it's not there. But we got a few other things here. I think this is what I'm going to work on the next video. So I bought this. This is this G2 system paint. I know that this holds up to track temperature, and this is what I was going to use, but I can't really figure out the sticker or the stencil situation, and I don't want to spend that much time on this. I don't want to so I may just pay somebody to just powder coat them and roll the dice with that. So we'll see if we use this. Definitely using this. So I ordered 2 sets one a rebuild set for the rear, okay, from RB Racing Brake, and one for the front. So this is the stainless pistons, okay, and the high temp silicone boots. All right, so it comes with new seals and everything, so that's pretty cool. And then I ordered these guys from Pro Bolt. Thanks to David from Custom Tuning to give me the tip on these. These guys are right here in Florida. This wasn't that bad, it wasn't that expensive. These are stainless steel, so stainless steel nipples. The RB, I ordered a set of brake lines from STM. So I think the next video on it is going to be, rebuilding the calipers. All right. I also ordered a set of front fender liners. The fender liners are destroyed. Well, this one doesn't have any. This side, they're destroyed. So new fender liners. I ordered a new oil cooler vent, because I also took out the brake ducts that he had there. I'm gonna try to figure out another solution. I got a couple ideas, but for now I just took him out. But this vent, the air guide, is completely destroyed. So I ordered those 2. I ordered this, but that's for another episode. Pretend that didn't happen. All right, and then this is also another special box that'll be down the line. All right, guys, so stay tuned. There'll be more to come later.